everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Louisa Oye and I film about faith, family and relationships. And today, I know you have seen the topic already. Do you know what marriage was really designed to be? Not just love, not just partnership, but for oneness. So this is one of the areas that disturbs me a lot when I hear people talk about marriage or even relationships that are intending to lead to marriage. And I feel like a lot of the times people don't understand what marriage is yet, why marriage was introduced, or why the concept of marriage was birthed in the first place. Because a lot of times when people talk about this topic, marriage, the way they approach it, you just know that there is no understanding. And I think that is one of the biggest reasons for the divorce in this time, because we already know the saying that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. But what I feel like the real reason for marriage is oneness. And where marriage was mentioned for the first time, the Bible was talking about how a man shall leave father and mother and cleave to his wife, and the two shall be one flesh. The reason God ordained marriage in the first place was because he wanted man and woman to come together in unity to be one. And why did he do that? Let's read in Ephesians where Paul was explaining marriage. In Ephesians 5 verse 31 to 32, it says, "For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife." Don't forget that we saw this in Genesis. In Genesis 2:24, Bible talks about how a man will leave father and mother and be joined with his wife, and the two of them will become one. In Matthew 19:5-6, this reason it says, "For this reason, a man will leave father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh." It says, "Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate." Or some other versions will say, "Let no man put asunder." Now in Ephesians, saying the same thing, and don't forget I've told us before on this channel that when a matter is spoken twice, thrice, or more than in the Bible, it has become a doctrine. So now, the same thing we saw in Genesis, we saw in Matthew, is being said in Ephesians chapter 5 verse 31 to 32. It says, "For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united to his wife, and the two will become one flesh." It says this is a profound mystery. It says a mystery. It says, "But I'm talking about Christ and the church." So it's saying that the reason why a man and a woman will come together to be one flesh is a mystery, but he's talking about Christ and the church, meaning that one of the reasons why God intended marriage to be is because he wants to show us in human form, with something that we can relate to, what he intends Christ's and the church's relationship to be like. The closest resemblance of what God wants our relationship with him to be is marriage, oneness. Today, when many people think and talk about marriage, they don't seem to understand this concept. People want to get married and still live as if they are single. People want to get married and want to do, and they say, "Let me do me, you do you." People want to get married and begin to contractize marriage, if there's a word like that. They want to make marriage a contract, but in the beginning it wasn't so. Marriage is a covenant. We saw that it's a mystery. So it's not something you want to use your natural mind to understand, to fathom. We saw that it's a mystery, right? People want to still think like individuals. People want to plan separately. People still want to protect themselves as if they don't know that they have been joined together with another person. The truth is, for marriage to work and for marriage to meet the original intention of God and be termed as a success, is that the two have become one, or are in the process Because becoming one is a process. It's a process, a continuous one, that there is not supposed to be a fraction. It say, let no one separate, let no one put asunder, let no money, not children, not career, not business, not the opinions of men put asunder. Right? That's what Bible is talking about. So oneness is the goal, oneness in purpose, oneness in vision, oneness in finances, oneness in sacrifice, oneness in communication, oneness even in your spiritual work. Oneness is oneness. So I don't understand it. I can never understand it when I hear people talk about, oh, 50-50 in marriage, oh, 80-20, oh, you do this, I do this. I understand the place of knowing what you should do, and that's why I can't understand 50-50, because there are a lot of things that you cannot share. There are a lot of things that you cannot divide. It is 100. So in your capacity, give 100. In my capacity, I give 100. And now this is not to say that you are not, you don't know, you lose your identity. No, this is bringing your identity to alignment with your spouse's. So because somebody might say, oh, so I can't be myself. You can be yourself, you can do you, and that is why you need to even understand the purpose of marriage before you get into it. There is something you have, there is something this person has. You are coming together to unify that purpose in one. So the moment a person or both persons in this relationship begins to no longer understand why they are here, or unify their ideas, unify their purpose, unify their vision, you begin to see division. That's when somebody will come and say irreconcilable difference. That's when you hear people say, oh, I don't know what is happening, we just can't live together. That's when you hear somebody say, I want to do me. Until you are ready to become one, until you are ready to come together in unity with somebody, if you have not understood the concept of oneness in marriage, you are not ready to marry. Please don't marry. Because you'll find out that you're having issues. You don't know what the issue is. You are going to be looking for flimsy excuses that don't match. The original thing is that you have not yet understood the concept of unity, the concept of oneness. Because I think that people like the idea of marriage, the idea of a wedding party, the idea of, oh, we celebrate, I love you, you love. Love is not enough to keep a home. So love, that you love somebody, that you feel something for someone, is not enough. In fact, it's the beginning process, it's the initiation, it's the entry point. When you enter into marriage, you need to understand the concept of oneness for that marriage to last, for that marriage to work. Because I understand again that length of a marriage does not really determine the success. It's not a factor to say this marriage is working. No. If two people have not understood what the concept of oneness is, you might still be married, you might still be living under the same roof, but your marriage is not being a success. You might just be managing things, you might just be patching things, you might just be trusting God for every day to come and go and time to move. But no, you can enjoy marriage every single day, every minute, every hour, every second, when you understand the concept of unity and of oneness. And that's why Jesus reaffirms in Matthew that we read, how that the two are no longer two but one. It says when you marry, you are no longer two, you are now one. That's why it's a mystery. And that's why you cannot do it with your natural senses. That's why you cannot explain how you want to be one with somebody and you are making a decision the person is not aware, and you are doing something you think that you will not take them along. You will say, this is your money, this is my money. You have not understood the concept of oneness. It is deep. Love is the door, oneness is the foundation. So if you are in a relationship and you have not begun to learn to walk in togetherness, in unity, in oneness, you might be building a wrong foundation that will not last, that will not be able to hold the intended marriage that you are looking forward to, and that can cause a collapse early enough. So marriage isn't just about vibes, it is about becoming one. Oneness means shared goal, shared purpose, shared values, shared direction. It's not about control, it's about covenant. Do you understand the covenant you are coming into? That you have to communicate with your partner to let them know everything you are doing. It's not coming from the place of control. No, it's coming from a place of covenant. We are in this together. Marriage takes more than feelings. It's an alignment. So let me know what you think about this topic. If you've gotten to this part of the video, please like the video, please comment, let me know your thoughts right down in the comment section. Please share this video to somebody you think this will be helpful to. And also, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. And yes, I'll see you guys in my next one. But until then, bye.